Israel has released 110 Palestinian prisoners in exchange for 8 hostages held by Hamas, the third such swap since the ceasefire in Gaza came into effect. The former prisoners were met by thousands of cheering Palestinians as they were bussed into the West Bank city of Ramallah. But Israel delayed their release in protest against the way the hostages were treated as they were handed over to Red Cross staff in Khan Younis. The hostages were met with a chaotic scene of rowdy crowds as they were escorted by armed gunmen. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a sharp rebuke, warning of consequences if any of the hostages were harmed.
במהלך שחרור חטופינו היום, כולנו ראינו מראות מזעזעים. הבהרנו למתווכות שאנחנו לא מוכנים לקבל שום סיכון לחטופינו. ואני מוסיף על כך, מי שיעז לפגוע בחטופינו, דמו בראשו.
Hamas has so far released 15 hostages since the 19th of January when the ceasefire came into effect. The 110 Palestinians released on Thursday brings the total of prisoners freed by Israel to 400. Meanwhile, a law passed last year by the Knesset banning the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, from operating within Israeli territory also came into force on Thursday. The agency said it had received no official communication from Israel about how the ban would be implemented, but 25 international staff have left Jerusalem for the Jordanian capital, Amman.
It's like a nightmare scenario, and it's also completely outlandish that a member state of the United Nations system would choose to undo the mandate of an organization which, let's not forget, is mandated by the UN General Assembly.
The immediate concern now is aid for Gaza. Part of Phase 1 of the ceasefire deal makes provision for a marked increase in aid deliveries to the Strip, and UNRWA provides more than half of that. Israel has long been at odds with UNRWA, claiming its existence has prolonged the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians. It also alleges that around a dozen of UNRWA's 13,000 employees in Gaza participated in the Hamas-led attack on southern Israel that sparked the war in Gaza. The agency denies knowingly aiding armed groups and says it acts quickly to purge any suspected militants among its staff.